It's time for another quick take, ladies and gentlemen. Mayweather versus McGregor, tactical breakdown. This is my second video on Mayweather McGregor. In my first one, I talked about big picture, how I feel this will play out. But now I want to delve deep into the strategy and the tactics behind what will go down on August 26th when this fight takes place. I'm going to use a lot of photos to describe how I feel McGregor should approach this fight tactically. Now, why not Mayweather? The reason why I say that this is going to be more about McGregor than Mayweather is because Mayweather is going to fight his fight. I mean, let's face it, this guy is 49-0. He has a formula that works. He has a formula that has not once failed him. He is a defensive genius, and when I say he's got a formula, what is that formula? It's not as if he can't do anything else, but for the most part, Floyd fights with his back against the ropes. He reels his opponents in. He makes them swing first. He slips their combinations, hits them on the way out, and circles away. He does it over and over and over again. So there are two strategies that I think McGregor will take into this fight. And before I get into them, I really don't think that McGregor needs to reinvent the wheel here. I don't think McGregor's going to come into this fight and simply try to outbox Floyd Mayweather. Conor believes, if you know Conor, and most boxing fans don't, just like most MMA fans don't know boxing, which I've found to be the case in this build-up already. If you know Conor, you know he will come in. This is no money grab for him. He expects to win this fight, but he does not expect to go in there without a very intricate, detailed plan to beat Floyd Mayweather. He is not going to go in there and just try to outbox him. Where Floyd is probably coming in and he's just going to do what Floyd's going to do what Floyd does. Floyd's going to fight his fight. But there's a saying, styles make fights. And like I said, there's not a lot of cross-pollination between boxing and MMA, but I'm pretty sure in both boxing and MMA, that is something that people say, and it's true. The idea behind that is if the inferior fighter's strength lines up with the superior fighter's weakness, the inferior fighter can still win the fight. That is the key here. And I found, thinking about this fight, that Conor McGregor, in this respect, may be in luck. So first, let's talk about what he needs to avoid against Floyd. What I feel, and I've watched a lot of Floyd fights. Floyd, like I said earlier, he reels you in and he wants you to move forward and swing first. So Floyd has his famous shoulder roll, right? And a lot of people have been talking about McGregor's power. Well, all McGregor needs to do is catch him once. Well, that's not necessarily true, because a lot of very, very powerful boxers have actually hit Floyd. But check this out, okay? Let's take a look at this for a second. This is Miguel Cotto. Now, this right hook by Cotto, that might hit the top of Floyd Mayweather's head. I don't, maybe he blocked it, but it actually might land. The thing is, Floyd will be unfazed by this punch. Floyd, this is his classic shoulder roll technique where his head is moving in the same direction as the punch. He is rolling with the punch. So, and you can think about it like a car accident. Would you rather get into a head-on collision, or would you rather get rear-ended? This punch is the equivalent of being rear-ended for Floyd Mayweather. His head is going in the same direction as Cotto's fist at the point of contact. Whenever Floyd is in his shoulder roll stance, whenever he is rolling with those punches, something that he is incredible at, no one can hurt him. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. So Conor needs to avoid coming at Floyd and trying to pick apart Floyd when he is, quote unquote, rolling with the punches in his shoulder roll stance. Pardon me if my vocabulary when it comes to boxing isn't as polished. I am an MMA guy. I am. But I have watched a lot of Floyd, and I know this much. If this fight looks like that, if we see that image, Conor has no chance. So, Let's talk about what Conor does so well. We talk about his knockout power. Here's the thing. Most of his knockouts have some very similar aspects. So I talked about a head-on collision versus a rear ender. This right here is a head-on collision. That is Jose Aldo. This is 13 seconds into this fight. This punch lands, and you see Jose Aldo is throwing a very heavy. He wound up a big rearing left hook at Conor McGregor, and McGregor knocks him out with a counter left. After the fight, all he says is over and over again, precision beats timing, precision beats power, timing beats speed. And that is the perfect example right here. You see Aldo coming into McGregor's range, Aldo trying to land on McGregor, and McGregor is countering that with his counter left, which is his best punch. You saw it again in Conor's last fight. Here's Conor's fight against Eddie Alvarez. Now, this is a right hook by Eddie Alvarez. It kind of looks like a left straight in that. Right hook. It kind of looks like a right straight in the picture, but it's actually a right hook. This is the last punch Eddie Alvarez throws in the entire fight. As you can see, Conor McGregor slips this punch. He counters with the left hand. It's actually a 4-punch. It turns into a 4-punch combination for Conor McGregor, and that's the end of the fight. So once again, Eddie swings first. McGregor slips and rips. That is when Conor is at his best. He cannot knock out Floyd when Floyd's expecting it. If he's coming at Floyd, if he's moving forward and throwing that left hand, Floyd will take that left hand, especially with the 10-ounce gloves. The only way Conor knocks out Floyd is if he counters Floyd. Now, MMA range is different than boxing range. Because of kicks and takedowns, the fighters stand at a much further range. A boxing range is much closer. Conor McGregor should not stand at boxing range with Floyd Mayweather. He should stand out of boxing range. He should stand much further than any opponent has ever stood away from Floyd Mayweather. He should make Mayweather come into range and swing first. Now, a lot of people, Floyd won't want to do that. He won't, because that's not what Floyd does. Floyd likes to let his opponents come at him. Floyd doesn't like to swing first. Floyd, similar to Conor, he likes to counter. But here's the thing. This is Floyd's domain, and Conor will do everything he can to make Floyd emotional, to rev Floyd up. Now, a lot of people think that Floyd is immune to this, that there is no way that Conor will get into Floyd's head. This is very possible, but look, Conor needs to try, and if anyone can get into Floyd's head, it's Conor. He will engage in plenty of antics before the fight, in press conferences, before the fight. In the ring, there's Dennis Seaver. He's flipping off Dennis Seaver at the stare down before the fight. And then here's another photo from the Alvarez fight. This is during the fight, and Conor McGregor has his hands behind his back. These are the kind of shenanigans that Conor McGregor will engage in to get Floyd to come at him, which is exactly what McGregor wanted here. McGregor wanted Eddie Alvarez to wind up and throw a big punch at Conor McGregor's face. And what would have happened if he did that? Conor McGregor would have countered. Eddie was actually smart, and Eddie didn't throw here because he would have gotten countered for sure. So that's game plan number 1 for Conor. Don't swing first. Don't move forward. Do not let Floyd Mayweather fight with his back against the ropes. He cannot let the fight look like this. He will be outpointed. He will not land on Floyd. And if he does land on Floyd, if he lands on Floyd when Floyd's in defensive mode, it will not do a thing to Floyd Mayweather. He will be fine. He is so good at rolling with the punches. So if I were Conor McGregor, I'm standing out of range and I'm not swinging first. The only way he wins this fight is if he lands a massive counter left hand. That's it. There's only one scenario I can think of. Now, I think that there's one other thing that Conor McGregor may try, and I don't like this game plan. I think Conor McGregor, if he goes with this game plan, will lose 12 rounds to 0. I do. I hate this game plan, but I think that this might be something that he could try to do. He could try to make this a dirty fight. He could try to make this a clinch war. Now, I'm a little bit unclear. The clinch in boxing, it seems like the rules aren't so clear cut, but Conor would not be the first guy who tried to do this to Floyd. Here's Marcos Maidana, who Floyd Sr. called an MMA fighter after this fight because he was just engaging in just this dirty clinch style of fighting, dirty boxing, where he was wrapping Floyd up, where he was kind of rabbit punching him in the back of the head, and engaging just in trying to make it as dirty a fight as possible. Now, the reason I really hate this for Conor is because when you're at such close range, you lose all your power. So if Conor did this, Conor wouldn't be able to knock him out, and Floyd would just outpoint him, because you're not going to knock Floyd out in imposing this strategy, and you're not going to outpoint Floyd this way either, like Marcos Maidana did not outpoint Floyd using this strategy. So he could try to clinch up and make this a ugly, scrappy kind of fight. We'll see what he has up his sleeve, but I don't think that would be a good strategy. I really like the first strategy that I laid out for Conor, and that is sit back, stay out of range, make Floyd move forward, try to get into his head, try to make Floyd angry, try to make Floyd want to hurt Conor, and hope that Floyd starts going at Conor, and then Conor can try to time that left hand. That is the only way Conor wins the fight. And I hope that we see a lot of this. I hope that we see a lot of this. And I think that this should be a spectacle. In terms of MMA techniques, could he land a spinning back fist? Could he land a Superman punch? Maybe. I'm sure that he'll try some things that Floyd has never seen. But it's unlikely that that's going to be a game changer in this fight. Conor needs to reinvent the wheel here. Conor cannot go in and just box Floyd Mayweather straight up. He needs to have something savvy up his sleeve. He needs to do something that Floyd has never, ever seen before. Like I said earlier, I am an MMA guy. I have followed Conor for most of his run in the UFC, and I've watched a lot of Floyd. But there are people I know who will be watching this video who knows a lot more about boxing, striking than I do. I am more of an MMA guy. So sound off in the comments section. Something that's amazed me about this whole build-up is how much engagement I'm getting and how much engagement everyone is getting from fight fans. It's unbelievable to watch. So let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.